Welcome to iFacts. Today, we're diving deep into a high-stakes financial documentary, right here in this explainer. We're going to deconstruct the ultimate blueprint of, arguably, the greatest athlete turned tycoon in human history. Yep, we're talking about Michael Jordan. How exactly did he transition from an NBA superstar to an absolute, unstoppable corporate titan? Well, let's find out.
Right now, Michael Jordan boasts a staggering, inflation-adjusted net worth of $4.5 billion. That officially makes him the highest-paid athlete of all time. But, here's the wild part. During his legendary 15-season NBA career, his total on-court salary was a relatively modest $94 million. I mean, don't get me wrong, $94 million is a lot of money, but the vast majority of his wealth was built completely off the court. So how do you actually go from $94 million to $4.5 billion?
So, let's kick things off. Picture this. It's 1984, and Converse and Adidas completely ruled the basketball court. Nike taking a chance on a promising rookie out of UNC was a massive gamble. But they offered him a signature shoe and $500,000 a year. To protect that unprecedented $2.5 million investment, Nike attached some incredibly strict performance clauses. Basically, to keep his deal, Jordan had to hit just one of these milestones: win Rookie of the Year, average 20 or more points per game, make the All-Star team, or generate $4 million in shoe sales.
Now, he didn't just meet one of those clauses to scrape by. Oh, no. He completely crushed every single expectation. He won Rookie of the Year. He averaged a massive 28.2 points per game. He was named an All-Star, but look at that final bullet point there. Nike, they conservatively hoped for $4 million in sales over 4 years. Jordan, he generated $126 million in year one alone. He literally obliterated the target by 42 times. Absolutely insane.
But the true genius of this contract, which was actually heavily pushed by his mother, Dolores, was the royalty. She negotiated an approximate 5% royalty on all Jordan brand revenue. For you and me, this is the ultimate lesson in leverage. It gave Michael unprecedented ownership-like upside without the actual equity risk. Every single time a pair of Air Jordans was sold, Michael directly profited. It completely shifted him from a simple endorser to a true partner with real skin in the game.
And just look at how that single 5% clause compounded over time. It turned into a lifetime payout of over $2.35 billion. Back in 2014, Jordan brand revenue sat at $1.9 billion. By fiscal 2025, a staggering $7.3 billion. To put that into perspective, that means in 2025 alone, Michael Jordan pocketed an estimated $275 million just from his shoes. And that's decades after he took his last shot in the NBA.
Sneakers were really just the foundation. Moving into his post-NBA career, Jordan showed this ruthless capability in sports ownership. So in 2010, he purchases a majority stake in the Charlotte Hornets for roughly $275 million. Then, after building brand equity and riding the massive wave of rising franchise values for 13 years, he executes a brilliant buy low, sell high strategy. In 2023, he sold his majority stake at a valuation of approximately $3 billion. That is a more than tenfold return, and amazingly, he still retained a minority stake in the franchise. Talk about a masterstroke.
So Jordan actually manages all this immense wealth through a single-family office located down in Florida called Jump Management, which is led by his longtime advisor, Curtis Polk. Now, Jump Management isn't some sprawling, chaotic corporate maze. It's actually extremely lean and disciplined. Their core philosophy? Identity matters way more than diversification. This allows Jordan to be highly selective. He doesn't just chase every fleeting trend. He only makes strategic, brand-aligned moves like backing axiomatic gaming and esports or the fintech platform Vanilla.
And of course, this lean empire perfectly funds a highly curated, ultra-luxurious lifestyle. He maintains a primary residence in the exclusive Bears Club in Florida, and he actually just recently expanded his footprint there with a $17 million real estate acquisition. And his toys? Just as elite. Whether it's his custom Catch-23 sports fishing boat or his brand new 1,900 horsepower Pininfarina Battista custom hypercar. Oh, and of course, there's his private golf course, the Grove 23, which literally features airborne drones delivering drinks and snacks directly to players out on the green. Like, how cool is that?
But the secret design of that golf course is both hilarious and totally brilliant. Pro golfer Ricky Fowler actually nicknamed it Slaughterhouse 23. Why? Because it's literally engineered to give Jordan's short-hitting game a competitive advantage over professional golfers. As Fowler explains it, the shorter you hit the ball off the tee, the wider the fairways open up.
But if a pro tries to hit a long drive, the fairways narrow significantly. So even in retirement, Jordan is literally engineering ways to win.
Jordan's competitive fire clearly needs way more than just golf. Back in 2020, he co-founded the NASCAR Cup Series team 23XI Racing alongside driver Denny Hamlin. But right now, he's not just racing. He is actively trying to rewrite the economic structure of an entire sport by battling the NASCAR charter system. Let's look at the divide here. The charter system guarantees entry, shared revenue, and long-term viability for teams. But without a charter, you're forced into the open team system, which is wildly expensive, incredibly risky, and offers absolutely zero guaranteed entry into races.
Because of this, 23XI Racing filed an antitrust lawsuit against NASCAR, claiming monopolistic business practices. They argue that NASCAR profits off basically everything, while the teams that actually bring in the revenue can't even break even. Now, NASCAR pushed back hard, even counterclaiming that 23XI was forming an illegal cartel, though a judge promptly dismissed that claim. So the trial is set for December 1, 2025. And because they lost an initial injunction, 23XI might actually have to race as an open team in the meantime. It takes incredibly deep financial pockets to sustain this kind of operational warfare, but hey, if there's anyone who can afford it, it's for sure Michael Jordan.
The big takeaway here is that his involvement in NASCAR is definitely not some celebrity vanity project. This is a calculated disruption. 23XI Racing has made a massive multi-million-dollar infrastructure investment in their airspeed shop, and it's paying off. The team's revenue jumped from roughly $28 million in 2021 to over $62 million in 2024. They're winning races, and they are executing a definitive business plan. Basically, Jordan is using his capital to try and force a market correction for long-term growth.
From crushing those sneaker performance clauses back in 1984, to executing a $3 billion NBA team sale, to now taking on a motorsport monopoly right from his $4.5 billion throne, his competitive drive is just completely endless. So it leaves us with one really provocative question. As he attempts to dismantle a monopoly, what industry will his airness disrupt next? I hope you found this breakdown as fascinating as I did. Thanks for watching, iFacts.